Hey guys, welcome to your 20-minute workout for week 15 of pregnancy, which focuses on full body exercises but touching on the ever important regions of the core. What you'll need is a mat, no other equipment, just some open space to move around you, and we'll start with a bit of a warm-up in standing. So nice wide legs, just going to glide from side to side into a side lunge. And as you do this, you should feel a bit of a pull on the inner thigh of the straight leg. Keep that chest up, back nice and straight for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring the feet a little bit close together, but still wide. Arms come out to the sides and we're touching hand to opposite toe. This is a movement where we're keeping back relatively straight, trying not to hunch. And if you can only get to your knee, that is absolutely fine as long as you're feeling a stretch in the legs, hips, and maybe that back. 2. And last one, and we're back into side lunges. Just shifting from side to side. So as much as it's important to strengthen all of the muscles around that pelvic region, around those hips, it's also important to keep them moving with mobility work and exercises like this. 4, 3, 2, 1. Legs a little bit close together, arms out, stand up nice and tall, reach, across, reach. Good, getting a nice twist in that torso as you reach. 4, 3, 2, and last one. Our next mobility exercise is in kneeling. So before we get into the real work, we'll just release those hip flexors a bit. Standing up nice and tall, or chest up nice and tall. Tuck that pelvis under. Same arm as back leg reaches up, and you're going to bring those hips forward and back. If you can, and you find your balance is good enough, you're going to reach over to the side as you lean forward. So you should be feeling the stretch in the front of that back thigh. Just 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and we switch. Other leg forward, tuck that pelvis under, arm up, shift those hips forward, and adding that side reach if you're adding that movement. Reach. 3 more. 3. It's not a big side bend, just a little one to increase that stretch. 1, and relax. Okay, so getting back up into standing, we're going to start with some leg work. So stand in the middle of your mat. You're going to lunge out to one side, and then bring that leg up into a balance. Try not to fall out of it like I did. Lunge, up, squeeze those abs, hold. Lunge, up. If you need to, tap, then lift to make sure that you're keeping everything in the correct position. Do so, but out, and then squeeze the glute of that standing leg. 3 more. 2. I like to exhale as that knee comes up, helps me balance. and release, straight into the other side. We lunge. Ooh, squeeze. Clearly this is my bad side. Squeeze. Out. Lift. Out. Lift. 5 more. 4. 3. Up straight. Squeeze that hip. 2. 1. Bring those legs out, a little bit wider than hip distance apart. Squat into a heel raise. Down, and then lift those heels up off that mat. So calf muscles are one of the muscles that gets a bit looser, loses some muscle mass during pregnancy. So this exercise is going to work the calves a bit to prevent that from happening or to minimize that muscle loss. Calves are also important for creating enough muscle pump to get blood back to the heart. So also good for helping with circulation. 4 more. 3, as heels lift, glutes squeeze. 2. Last one. And we go back into our side lunge, balance. Out to the side. Out. Balance. This is 4. We're going for 8. 5. 6. Remember to tap center if you need to. 7. 8. Onto the other side. Step out. Lift. Make sure you focus on one spot with those eyes, because that is also something that helps with the balance. 4 more. 3. 2. And 1. Straight into squat, heel raise. Down and up. You can add a weight, so holding a ball or something, 2 kilograms of flour to add weight to this exercise, or a kid if you already have a few floating around. If you need the extra challenge and your muscles are strong enough to deal with that extra weight. 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. So breathe in and out. Bring that heart rate back down. One more breath in. And we go into a kneeling position. So place one knee behind you. Similar to our warm-up, we're nice and tall or upright in that torso. Pelvis is slightly tucked under. And we're bringing the toes of our back leg up. From here, the movement is, you can put your hands on your hips for this, up into a lunge, so that back knee is hovering just off the mat for 3 seconds, and down. Keep that pelvis tucked under. It's really hard not to end up doing this. So try your best to keep that pelvis tucked under as we lift. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and down. And up. Hold. 3, 2, 1, and down. We're just doing 5 of these on each side. So again, up, 2, 3, down, 2 more, up, 2, 3, down, and 1 more, up, hold 2, 3, and down. So if this is a little bit difficult to get into a lunge from that position, do it from standing. So while you're all taking a bit of a breather, you can just step back into a lunge and up as an alternative. But we must do the other side. So other leg forward, nice and tall, pelvis tucked under, and we bring knee up, 2, 3, and down, and squeeze, hold, 2, 3, and down, and up, 2, 3, down, 2 more, hold, 2, 3, down, and last one, hold, 2, 3, and down. Bring those legs together and just sit down to one side and then to the other. It's just a nice hip mobilizer. If you have a wall or a floor next to you, you can use those for support as you shift from side to side. We've got 5 more holds on each side before we move into our sitting position. One leg forward. Tall, pelvis tucked under, arms wherever they're comfortable. That is a real challenge up there. And lift, 3, 2, 1. You should feel glutes, hams working in that front leg. Keep that pelvis tucked under. If it's not, you'll start to feel it pinch in that lower back, that SIJ or sacroiliac joint right there. Last one, 3, 2, 1, relax, other side. Tuck, and lift, hold, 3, 2, 1, relax. Remember the alternative, stepping back into a lunge from standing. If this is starting to over-exert or to move you into over-exertion. Last one, hold, 1, 2, 3, and relax. Swing those legs forwards as you come into a sitting position. So feet are hip distance apart. We've done this exercise before, so if you've been following along, hopefully you'll be familiar with it. Start nice and tall, then tuck that pelvis under, lowering yourself into a half roll down position where you can still feel your abs working here. Arms come in front of you, you're going to reach behind you and then forward. Reach behind you as you twist forward. You can have one hand behind the knee to give you a little bit more support, or we're here. The lower you are, the more difficult. The higher you are, the easier. If you're really looking for a challenge, one arm up, while other leg or other arm reaches back. 6 more. 5, 4, forwards, 3, 2, and 1. And exhale, come back up to sitting. Stretch those legs forwards. Lean forward slightly to feel a stretch through the backs of the legs. We're going to move into that same position, sitting position, but our arm movement is going to change. So we'll start by tucking under, rounding that spine. This time the arm movement is a rainbow. So we start with fingertips together on one side, up and over, other side, here. So this is the movement. If this is a bit too challenging, you can go back to that first exercise. Otherwise, stay here. And if this is nice and easy for you, then as you rotate to one side, lift the opposite leg. Extend. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. This time let knees open out to the sides. Hinge forwards just to open up those hips. Before leaning back onto your elbows. So we'll do this in levels, but before we start, let's get our starting position right. Push up and out of those shoulder blades. Pelvis is slightly tucked under. As you exhale, feel ribs flatten, feel the abdominal or tummy muscles tighten as we bring one leg at a time into tabletop. So the first level is just a single leg toe tap. The further away you reach from the body, the more load will be on those abdominal muscles. If this is nice and easy, we move to a double toe tap. Down, exhale, let abs bring you back. So it's very common to feel this exercise in the hip flexors. So you'll feel the burning here. As you focus on using the abdominals to bring those legs up, relaxing the legs, and as you get stronger, you should feel it less in the hip flexors and more in the abdominal region. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Leg down, one at a time. Sit up, open those legs, stretch forwards. One more time through that sequence from the sitting reach, 10 each movement, and then we are done. Tuck around that spine, and we reach back. 8, 7, if you can, 6, 5, 4, or you're here, 3, 2, 1, straight into rainbow arms, or keep with that first exercise. If you can, add the leg lift. 4 more. 2 more. Bring yourself back onto your elbows. Push out of those shoulders. Lift one leg at a time into that tabletop. And we're doing single leg taps or double. Almost there. Try not to let that lower back move. 3 and 2. Last one, and sit up. We'll stretch out before we finish for today. Both legs straight in front of you. Bring one leg across and then twist towards that leg, stretching out those hip and glute muscles. Hold. Other side. Leg comes over. Sit up nice and tall. Twist towards that leg. Stretch out those glutes. And release. Cross your legs in front of you. And just move into a side stretch, reaching one arm over to the opposite side. And other side. Bring those legs behind you. Little bit of a hip flexor stretch. Foot forward, pelvis under. Lean forward till you feel a stretch of that hip flexor, so the front of that thigh. And ease out of that. Other side, pelvis under, stretch. And release. Push back onto those haunches. We're rolling up nice and slowly. Hips to ceiling. Round that spine, roll up, bottom of the spine to the top. Head is the last thing to come up. Inhale. And as you exhale, just let those arms swing. And in. And out. And in. And out. And there we have it. That is your 20-minute workout done. I hope you feel a little bit more released, a little bit stronger, and we will see you on one of our other workouts this week.